Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Mo. I wanted to make this video because I have been very stressed lately. Recently I took a trip to Georgia, but prior to that trip I was very stressed out. What was happening? Like, my eye was twitching, just anxious, worried, overthinking things. I was just stressed out. It was helpful to go on that trip, even though that wasn't a stress-free trip. It wasn't like a vacation or anything, but it was helpful to go on the trip just to be out of my regular space, to be around family, connect with friends, and just in a way escape a little bit. But now that I'm back in Maryland, I'm just trying to handle everything that I prayed for, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, I'm still stressed out. And so I've been thinking to myself, like, how do I manage myself based off of the things that I have prayed for? And in other words, how do I manage my stress? And because what I'm realizing is that I feel like people say that you can like talk about it with people, like talk about what's bothering you, talk about like, just talk about what's going on. But that doesn't do anything for your stress level. And the reason why is because nobody cares about what is going on with you. Like, they don't care enough to the point to drop everything that they're doing to lighten the load for you. And they shouldn't do that. First and foremost, I'm not recommending that people do that. I'm just saying that nobody is going to do that. And so how do you manage so much anxiety in your petite little body? In this little body of yours, how do you manage so much anxiety? And for me, what I have been trying to do, try is the key word, but what I have been trying to do is do less complaining, or in other words, less sharing with other people about just, I can give updates, but when it comes to like how I feel, no, because that's just, unless you are equipped to handle feelings, like a therapist or a counselor, or like you just know, like you just very emotionally intelligent. Like if you are equipped to handle hearing other people's feelings, then okay, then I'll share with you. If you are not, then I'm just basically complaining to you, and I don't want to do that. And the reason why I don't want to do that, again, like I said, is because people don't care. Like, they got their own shit going on. And after a while, it's going to get very annoying to like keep expressing your feelings about stuff, because it's like, who's the common denominator here? Like, people are going to be and act the way they act, but it's really, how are you showing up to the way that they are acting? And so what I've been trying to do is, again, not really like give people updates about what's going on, and give them a glimpse in a way of like maybe something is annoying, but not going fully deep into it, because a lot of people don't have the emotional, I'll just say this, they don't have the emotional capacity to handle my feelings as well as their own feelings, and maybe other people's feelings in their lives. So that's one thing I've been trying to do. Just not complain as much and just do the work. Like talking about how much my, in a way, for example, my supervisor gets on my nerves. Talking about that one time, okay. 2 times, all right. 3 times, this is redundant. 4 times, why are you still there? 5 times, stop talking to me about this. You know, like you have, like, it's I don't know what the word is, but it's you only have so much bandwidth for all that complaining, until eventually it's like, okay, you need to change something within your life so that you can stop complaining about this. Like, that's just what it's coming down to. Like you take accountability for your actions. You need to stop. Like, something has to change within you. Like, maybe you need to get out of that environment. Maybe you need to have a sit down with your supervisor. Maybe you need to just be like, fuck it. It is what it is, and keep it moving. So that's one thing. Another thing that I'm doing is being very intentional about the things that bring me joy. Being very, it could be the smallest things. And I'll also say this, and not arguing with people about the things that bring me joy, because you don't got time for that. Your joy, the thing that makes you happy, the thing that if nobody wanted to come with you to do it, you would still do it, that type of joy, that type of joyful activity, you don't need to justify that to anybody, because what they don't know, because y'all are different, what they don't know is that when you go to that anime convention, you are being poured back into. You are actively engaging in your joy, and therefore you're being poured back into so that you can come back a little bit more refreshed and energized, because maybe the people around you are not able to pour back into you. And let's say that, like, when you are complaining to them about your job or about your finances and all that other stuff, most of the time, from my own experience, people are not able to pour back into you in a way that makes you feel hopeful, or makes you feel like rejuvenated. I'll say that makes you feel rejuvenated. They are really just like a listening ear, and just like, okay, that's crazy, that's sad, aw, okay. And they just try to leave off with a perky note of, things are going to get better. Just things are going to get better. And it's just like, thank you for the well wishes. But that's not doing anything for me right now. Like, those well wishes are not, they're not giving me that feeling of like, okay, I'm amped up again. And so therefore you have to be very intentional about engaging in activities that bring you joy. You are the key to this. You. But no, in all seriousness, you are the key. You got the sauce. And so, yes, that's another thing that I'm doing. I'm being very intentional about my joy, and I'm not going to argue with somebody about my joy. So one of my joys is not talking on the phone all the time. It's something very annoying about holding the phone up to your ear to me, or just in a constant listening state. Like, I don't know, it's just something about the phone. Maybe it's just like that little small little frequency that you hear. I don't think it's like in a constant listening state, because I do like to listen. But it's just like something about a phone and like talking on it all the time and being around it it's just like, bruh, get away. And so that's one of my favorite activities to do, is to not talk on the phone. If that may bother somebody because they prefer to talk and I may prefer to text, I have so much stress within me from my mind that I don't care if you don't like how I communicate in that way, in that form of communication. I'll say that. I don't care if you don't like my form of communication, because for me, this is part of my joy. This is also part of my boundary setting. I need time for me. And if I'm constantly on the phone talking to this client, or talking to this friend, or talking to this family member, or talking to this salesperson, if I'm constantly on the phone, for me, I'm an introvert. I'm depleted. If I'm on the phone all day, I can't think. You gotta give me at least 24 hours to recuperate. At least 24 hours. Ideally, I would like a full week. And that's even what I'm thinking about doing. Not necessarily that, but just like choosing one day out of the week, at most 2 days out of the week, for that to be like my talking days. I take meetings on that days and like do phone calls. Like, those are my talking days. Out of the rest of the week, I'll probably talk here and there, but you're going to be getting a lot of text messages, okay? A lot of emails, okay? But you're going to call me, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to look dead at that phone, and I'm going to say, okay, that's nice of them to do that. I will call you back later. Because, again, the amount of stress that I have, again, self-induced. Accountability over here, self-induced stress. But regardless, the amount of stress that I have, this is, my joy is silence. My joy is not being on the phone all the time, or not being around my phone all the time. So therefore, I'm going to protect that as much as I can. And that's another thing too, like even with the phone example, I mentioned the boundary setting. Set the boundaries, set boundaries for yourself. And understand, and even when I say set boundaries for yourself, sorry, my arm bit itchy. Even when I say set boundaries for yourself, and people might not agree with this, and that's perfectly fine. But when you set your boundaries, understand your limitations, because a boundary is a limit. So like, embrace your limitations. Embrace. That was a hard embrace. Embrace your limitations. I can't do it all. Okay? I can't. I grew up in the era of anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Blah, 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 blah. I grew up with the marketing around like women empowerment, around I can do what you do type of energy for women. I grew up in that Mia Hamm type of era. Mia Hamm was a soccer player. Like, but as a full grown woman now, Hey, they got me. They got me. The feminists got me. Everything. I gotta do everything that a dude can do and try to do it better. Bruh. Me tired. Me tired. I am tired. I am tired. No, anything you can do, I can do better. No, that's not my song over here anymore. My thing is, if you want to do it, do it. Do it, bruh. Do it. If I can assist, I will assist. Yes, I will assist. But I ain't about to take charge. I ain't about to take lead like that, bruh. No, you got it. You got it. You got it. I am tired. I am very tired. And so, going back to what I was saying before about the limitations. I understand my limitations and I embrace it. Okay? I can't do everything. And I don't want to do everything. I don't want to take care of everything. You take care of it. I'm getting to the point of, like, a couple of years ago, me would be, you know, I get excited about the opportunity to prove that I could do something. Like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yes. I want to try. That's my big thing. I want to try. Me now, your homegirl now is very much like, you want to try? You want to do it? My whole energy now is, I trust what? Your judgment. Bruh, whatever you want to do, you can do. I trust your judgment. Give me context, please. But if you feel like this is the right move based off of everything you know about what we have discussed in the past, bruh, just do you. Just do you. And I'll come in on the back end and support like that. Yeah. Because it even happened this morning. I was talking to my friend, and he was, like, we have our roles that we play within his company. And he was talking about he was going to do something, and in the back of my mind, my mind quickly went to, that's something that my role should be doing. But then the other part of me was just like, nah, let him have it. We gonna work that out in the future. But now, you don't gotta take on everything. You don't gotta take on everything because you feel like you need to be doing that. Share the responsibility. Share it. Share it. And so I share it. I share that responsibility now. But I'm just talking about I share that responsibility in life. I can't do everything. I have limitations. And that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I am not no Wonder Woman, nor do I want to be. Instead of me trying to be everything to everyone and not being nothing to myself, how about you be a very important thing in certain areas, so that way you can see how magnificent you are in these certain areas. Like, for whoever's watching, y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah, but that is how I am, like, truly trying to manage my own anxiety. Because the one thing that I don't want to keep doing is crying. Because that ain't doing nothing. I mean, it feels good for a little bit because it is a stress relief. But it ain't going to change my situation. So that's one thing I don't want to keep doing is crying and lashing out at people. And like, and not even just like lashing, but like screaming at them because they don't get why, because they don't have the full empathy, the full emotional bandwidth to truly understand what I am going through. And therefore it makes me very frustrated, because I'm like, don't you see it? Can't you feel the energy of just like stress? Like your shoulders constantly up. Like, can't you feel that? And for a lot of people, it's just like, no, because I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. So it's like, again, it's not that. But one thing I was saying to myself is that, like, people don't give a fuck about what you got going on. And at first it went through like phases. It was like, man, people don't give a fuck about what you got going on. Like, they really don't give a flying fuck. Like, they really just like, fuck you. Fuck whatever you got going on. This what I got going on, and it's more important than what you got going on. That was like the first phase I was in. Very toxic, very just like, man, if this what it is, if this the energy that they coming with, then man, fuck them too. That was the first phase, okay? I'm learning, I'm growing. The second of that, man, people don't give a fuck about what you got going on, it was just a realization of like, man, people really don't give a fuck about what you got going on. Because, and that was more me trying to gain a better understanding and just trying to just show some, like, I guess, empathy. But it was just like, people don't give a fuck about what you got going on because they have their own stuff going on. It's not that they hate you. It's not that they want the worst for you. It's just that, again, they don't have the emotional capacity. You feel me? They don't have the emotional capacity to deal with what you got going on because of so much stuff that they got going on. And some people are not built to handle so many different emotions from other people, along with handling their own emotions. Some people can handle that, but only to a certain extent. But some people can't. And you know what? That's fine. I don't wish them any ill will. It's just more so like, for me, in that second phase of like, people really don't give a fuck about what you got going on. It was more so a realization, and like I took the sunglasses off. I put on my real glasses. I put on my prescriptions, because now I can see things a little bit more clearly. And so, yeah, that is how I've been really trying to handle my own stress. Exactly, Train. Exactly. Choo choo. A bitch is coming through. Because, yes, I'm going to get to the other side of this. But the thing about it, too, is that, like, stress is never going to stop. Because the more, and I mentioned this in the beginning, too. Oh, this is a long video. I mentioned this in the beginning, too. But the more that I aim for better for myself, the more stress is going to come. Whether it's from people or just me just trying to evolve. Because when you change, when you're growing, the change that happens, that's going to cause a type of stress on you. Whether it's like a physical stress, like on your body, a mental stress, an emotional stress, even a spiritual stress. Like even a type of stress in which you just feel a conflict in a way with your spirituality. So, and like I mentioned before, I ask God for this. I ask God for greatness. I ask God for success. It's not doing me any good to complain about how I'm going to get there. what I need to do now is do the work, continue to keep my community by letting them know, or continue to engage with my community by letting them know what I have going on, but not sitting in my emotions in a way. So connecting with continue to stay engaged with my community. What was the other thing I said? Protecting my joy and not explaining my joy to anybody. And the third or the fourth thing is embracing my limitations. Knowing when to say, Jesus, take the wheel. Or knowing when to say, hey, brother, you got it. I trust your judgment. Just knowing when to do all of that. Yep. That's the method that I'm trying right now. So far, it's going. It's going. But it is keeping me going. And it's all I can do right now. It really is. And whatever is going to be able to keep me going so that I don't quit on myself, hey, I'm going to take it. And so, yeah, but those are my suggestions. If you have your own, please let me know, because I need some tips. Okay. Yeah. But all right, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Want to begin a self-love journey but don't know where to start? Then purchase your copy of How to Stop Watering Weeds by visiting Amazon today. Just go to Amazon, visit the Kindle section, type in How to Stop Watering Weeds, and purchase your copy of the e-guide for $10 today.